Welcome back, adventurers! You'd like to learn about the crafty Quibbles? Wonderful! And oh boy, do these pint-sized powerhouses have quite the reputation. Now, for those who've never met one, let me paint a picture for you. Quibbles are rather small creatures, roughly the height of a coffee table, which makes them just big enough to be incredibly useful, but also small enough that you might trip over one if you're not paying attention. They're crab-like in appearance, though calling them crabs undersells their charm entirely. What truly sets them apart is their incredible habit of crafting miniature homes, and then wearing them like shells. Each home is unique, handmade with astonishing detail, and perfectly fitted to the Quibble who built it. And yes, in case you're wondering, these homes are completely functional. Tiny doors, tiny windows, tiny chimneys. Some even have tiny wind chimes. In fact, it's believed that you can tell a Quibble's personality just from the decor on their little house. Some keep it simple. Some decorate like they're preparing for a miniature festival every day. But how do they make these miniature marvels? Well, that's where things get interesting. Quibbles possess a remarkable ability. They can morph their claws into various crafting tools. Need a hammer? Done. Do you need a saw? Easy. They use these transforming claws alongside a natural glue-like substance that they secrete from their hands, a thick, sticky resin perfect for construction, or, when necessary, for immobilizing any rude guest who decided to touch their house without permission. Let's talk a moment about their stats. Strength, 6. Not the strongest, but trust me, they'll still pinch you hard enough to make you rethink your life choices. Agility, 4. They're not sprinters, but they shuffle fast when their temper flares. Intelligence, 5. Clever enough to build a functional home, run a workshop, and devise petty arguments on the fly. Defense, 8. And here's where they shine. Quibble shells are incredibly resilient. You don't want to take a head-on fight with one. Altogether, this puts them at level 7, a small monster, yes, but a surprisingly formidable one. Never underestimate a creature that carries a hardened log cabin into battle. Now, here's the fun part. A Quibble's home changes depending on the task they specialize in. A carpenter Quibble, for example, constructs a beautiful wooden cottage, perfectly scaled, complete with tiny shingles and carved trim. A welder Quibble? Well, they don't bother with cottages at all. They carry a little forge strapped to their back, smelter included. There are igloo Quibbles who build cozy block ice domes on their backs, and topiary Quibbles who sculpt living gardens into leafy shelters that seem to grow right alongside them. But believe it or not, these adorable critters aren't just wandering artisans. They can also become remarkably helpful allies. If a Quibble respects your craftsmanship, whether you're a blacksmith, a carpenter, a gardener, or even just someone with impressive attention to detail, they may decide to accompany you. Welder Quibbles can forge ingots on the go. Carpenter Quibbles can mill wood, reshape beams, and help repair equipment mid-quest. And topiary Quibbles, oh, they'll prune your camp to perfection. But, and this is a very big but, you must be worthy. Quibbles have opinions, strong ones. And if your work doesn't meet their standards, they won't quietly walk away. No, they will loudly critique everything you do. They're petty, they argue constantly, and they seem to enjoy dramatic sighing just to make you feel guilty about disappointing them. Now, in the wild, Quibbles are fiercely territorial. Even though they can walk their houses wherever they please, once they choose a special spot, that place becomes sacred ground to them. They'll defend it with a determination you wouldn't expect from something that waddles. And here's the best part. Quibbles live in groups called villages, and each village has a leader. How do you identify the leader? Well, the leadership tradition is an ancient and mysterious one. But for reasons no scholar can explain, every village leader makes and proudly wears a fake mustache. Yes, a fake mustache. The The mustache remains consistent regardless of the type of quibble, and nobody knows how they make it, but it is utterly charming and unquestionably dignified. So, what do you think? Charming little crafters bursting with personality, loaded with quirks, armed with tools, and fiercely protective of home, that's the magic of the Quibbles. They might be small, but they're unforgettable. I hope this was helpful to you on your adventures. Happy questing and stay safe out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe.